Welcome. Another night at Denver After Dark. And hopefully this works out a little bit. I had some audio issues, so I moved the mic further away because my producer said I was way too close. And I'm trying to get way too close to all of you tonight as we talk about Speaker Mike Johnson's interview where he said that Donald Trump was an FBI informant on Epstein and that he kicked him out as soon as he found out about Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, which we know that's a lie too. It was years after Virginia Giuffre when he said he had found out about it and kicked him out. So what, 4 or 5 years after that? Timelines don't match up. But I have to say, it's time for the million-pound shit hammer of facts on John Barron. AKA Donald Trump, the super FBI snitch coming to a town near you, who must have known all along and maybe was a primary witness of what was going on. So I put something out on X. You guys should go follow me on X at Denver, the number 4 VA, Denver Lee Riggleman III. Here's it is. So I have some questions for everybody. And I like to follow facts and data. So let's go down this insane propaganda type lie that Donald Trump was an FBI snitch during the Obama years, no less. So he worked hand in hand with President Obama's FBI and law enforcement in order to get Epstein. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I have some questions. Read it from my post and then let's have a little discussion. So how about this? Oh, shoot, I just lost it there for a second, but I got it. If our POTUS, the President of the United States, was an FBI informant or witness, then why did he call for the release of the Epstein list and run his campaign on it and then block it? Wouldn't he know the contents and those that were innocent or guilty? And why wouldn't he say those specific individuals if he knew it was a deep state or democratic or globalist operation that Epstein was covering for Democrats? Why did he say Democrats were in on it and not have names and why not have the names that he can prove? I don't understand that. Did he know the globalists and the deep state participants? Did he know that? Was he a primary witness? Did he watch or participate in rape and then get immunity? Is that when the FBI offered him immunity? Why didn't he say that he was an FBI informant about Epstein in his first term or the first 8 months of this term? Why would he threaten GOP House members saying it was a hostile act against him, against the administration, if they voted for the Thomas Massie bill or signed the discharge petition? Has he always been an FBI informant? Did he inform on the mob in New York? Were his casinos FBI fronts? When did he become an FBI informant? There should be documentation on that. Kash Patel should be releasing that any second, I'm sure. Are there documents available to release? Did he conspire with Ghislaine? Was he always aware of Epstein? It's facts and data, folks. Now, there's just some of the questions because it's very difficult to be, I think, an FBI informant of something that's a hoax, because didn't he call this a hoax also? If you go back, I'm telling you right now, if you had anybody good at analysis, this guy, you go back and track all of his statements on Epstein on when he started making them, it would be such a raveling, almost a threading of lies that would be simple to unravel for everyone. And what I would say is, because I build AI for a living, our company is pretty robust. I wonder if we use some kind of RAG, some kind of RAG model, and go ahead and break down all of it and look at all the inconsistencies. Easy to do. Easy to do. This is an emergency broadcast of Denver After Dark. This is an emergency DAD. And the reason it is because we have to stop this. Now, we can smile a little bit and smirk, but can you imagine what the victims are feeling tonight? Can you imagine what E. Jean Carroll is feeling after she won a civil suit against a man who sexually abused her and sexually assaulted her? How about those who still haven't come forward? Does this send a chilling message that any type of lie can get out there? And is the media going to follow up on even some of the questions that I proposed? Because I actually did counterterrorism analysis, intelligence analysis, and investigations. I was the senior technical advisor on the J6 committee. I know about phone records and metadata. I know how you can track documents, and we should be doing this now. That should be a question every day on to please release the FBI documents showing that Donald Trump is an FBI informant. So we need to release the Epstein files, and we need to release the FBI documents showing that he was a CI, a confidential informant. You know what's really weird to me is that this is a guy who played around with the mob. He was in New York City. Didn't he ever hear that snitches get ditches saying? I mean, that's some scary stuff, right? So now we have Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, saying he was an FBI informant on how many different cases now? Now, was it beyond Epstein? How closely did he work with President Obama? He must have worked with the Biden administration too? Did he know President Clinton? Did he hang out with him? Was he a direct witness to Clinton and what he said Clinton was on the plane 28 times? He made that assertion. Is that because he was an FBI witness or FBI informant? These are very tough questions to answer when you're lying. And they're very tough questions to answer if you're covering up your name in the Epstein files. These are very tough questions to answer because you can't, because it's all made up. It's propaganda and lies. Donald Trump ran on releasing the Epstein list and files based on conspiracy theories. And now he's been caught because crazy sometimes eats its own tail and they can't help themselves. Once you're a pathological liar, you're always a pathological liar. The issue that we have is we have a full party in Congress that's complicit in promulgating and propagating those lies across the entire digital ecosystem. That's it. And he just had an AI conference where every single billionaire, all these tech billionaires are up there licking his boots, swearing fealty to a man who is an inveterate liar, a sexual abuser, and a felon. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. We have digital robber barons up there swearing fealty to this scumbag administration. Listen, I don't know what happens, right? You know what gets me is we have a lot of people out there who I laugh when they put their stuff out there about, oh, the Trump administration is going to come after me, give me money. Well, hey guys, I had to get a pardon. J6 committee is going to be investigated. The J6 committee is going to investigate a J6 committee, our committee. So I very well could get subpoenaed, but I'm not going to ask you for money. And I'm going to tell you guys one thing right now. With Epstein, with the files, Donald Trump will never release the files. He'll never have to answer to it. He'll never go in front and say he was an FBI informant because he never was. I ain't afraid to go up. I ain't afraid to get subpoenaed. But I'm telling you guys, it's going to get worse before it gets worse. I've said it before. I've never said it in jest. And now we have full out lies and propaganda that cannot be proven ever. We'll never see a full release of the Epstein files. They'll always be redacted. And this is what they have to rely on. Why? Because they have to crawl over glass to get to the midterms, try to disenfranchise as many people they can, and mobilize the most radical, maybe even into violence. That's what's happening. That's it. They did it before. We saw it in J6. Past performance is indicative of future performance. It's always been that way. This isn't going to change. This is a lie, just like everything else. He wasn't an FBI informant. That's ridiculous. We know we didn't kick him out of Mar-a-Lago immediately. It took him years. We also know he was friends for 15 years. Of course he knew what was going on. If he didn't, then he's an idiot. If he doesn't have that type of situational awareness, and he's unaware that he's with an evil pervert and pedophile, maybe he shouldn't be president of the United States. There are so many layers of facts and ability to drag him across America if the media was willing to do it and to ask those questions and to give up their access to the White House. It is time for the media to come together and actually be the media for the American people and act like the fourth estate. And if they can't, they're just as complicit in the lies and in the propaganda. Hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go into this even deeper on Sunday Night Live, which you know is a raucous party. I hope to see you there. Make sure you do subscribe on YouTube, please. Remember, it's free for me. Go to Substack. It's awesome there too. But I guess, you know, my name is on X. I get it. My name's on Blue Sky. Maybe it's time for a Denver After Dark social media channel. But again, YouTube, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. See you guys Sunday night on Sunday Night Live. And remember, we have to watch out for the Donald Trump, a.k.a. John Barrons, who claim to be FBI snitches to try to get out of releasing pedophile files, the pedophiles, right, in order to save their skin. And they have to make up a lot of lies and propaganda. And we have maybe the most immoral and non-transparent administration in the history of the United States. Maybe Nixon might give them a run. Thanks, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you Sunday night. Remember, Denver After Dark, we are the million-pound shit hammer of facts, and I expect you to be too. See you later.